Good afternoon, party people. We are going to start again at 12:05. At some point, we'll start at 12 noon on the button for those people who are courageous enough, not courageous, who are eloquent enough to respect everybody's time and show up at 12 noon. I'm going to start really taking notice of people who do that because um, we're going to enter into a phase where we're going to start taking on clients. And all of this will probably make more sense when the clients start to determine who they're going to select from our team to work on certain parts of their projects. But they're going to be looking for things like time management. So we'll wait for a few more people and we'll get started. I'm going to go off camera for a few seconds because I got to take a bite of something. I'm hungry.
If I turn on my camera, can you guys see me or not?
If your camera's on right now, we can't see you.
No, it's like black screen.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
Go to the settings and see if you can reconnect it. Are you on your phone or?
yeah, I'm on my phone. I mean, I haven't done anything to change the settings either, but let me see. Let me just try it. I'm gonna leave the call and I'm gonna try to jump in back in.
All right, but.
Okay, guys, I'm going to resend the link. A couple of people said the link is not working for them. So must have been my fault.
In progress.
Okay, Kevin A is here.
Okay. Is Kevin A iPhone?
Yeah, I'm changing my name right now.
Okay.
I just got out of an early morning shoot, so I'm driving home right now. So I'm taking it from my phone.
Okay, we'll give it one more minute. We'll start. Okay, guys. So we're now entering into a phase where we're going to try and pull all of our resources together to complete projects that we're going to have to start getting some idea of how much these projects cost to make and complete, so that we have some accounting of what we spent in terms of real capital, human capital, and some of the equipment that we're actually getting loans or leases from, and factor those into real actual data. Eric Elder's on the call and suggested something that was brilliant, that all the activities that we've been talking about, Mitch Richmond, and even the proposed activity for Wednesday, if we don't start creating a business plan and putting real numbers connected to all this, we'll have no cost, value, or understanding of what our worth is. So I'm going to ask a question, I guess, for everybody. Has anybody on this call ever done a business plan? Wait a minute. I'm actually going to ask that question again in a few seconds. Okay, guys. So the purpose of this call, again, is for us to be able to assemble all of our talents and our resources together to go after clients. And we have one client, Mitch Richmond, but we have a couple of projects that are going to be internal to the team. And my question before I entered, I had a couple more people enter, is, has anybody ever done a business plan? And I think Sonny raised his hand. Anybody else? If you have done a business plan, I'm asking you to come off camera, and I want to ask a couple of questions about your business plan. So nobody but Sonny. Okay, Sonny, if you can, kind of tell us how this business plan came to be, and more importantly, what were the financials at the end to make it pencil out?
So my business plan was starting my own creative agency and being able to provide services to the local community via my creative content packages. So it first started out with me assessing the gear that I had and the capabilities in which I could utilize my skills in tandem with the gear to provide a service. So I started off with photography. I basically came up with an hourly rate to do photos, and I decided to charge $100 an hour. The way that I got to that price point was I first started with my monthly costs for my programs, whether it's like Adobe, all the software and online tools you may need. I also thought about just my capability of travel. I don't have a car right now, so a lot of the times I have to Uber. So I keep that in mind with my price points and how I add up the total cost of things, because the most important thing when you pencil anything out is you want to make ROI. You want to make some type of return on investment. So if you're putting up upwards of $100 of value, I would charge, double that. I would charge 200, because one shoot now allows you to double the means. So for me, if my monthly end goal was $1,000, I would start off with like $200 to $500 packages, because 1 to 2 shoots could get you to your bottom line a lot faster than doing a lot of smaller, lower price kind of things. So it's just about understanding your needs at the end of the day, and then kind of penciling that out. But you just kind of like double up on whatever your monthly needs are. So I would always do ×2 or ×3, whatever your monthly needs.
Okay, great. So I'm just going to go around to see if I can find other people who've gotten close to some justification for doing anything that uses your skill set and all the other things that you've acquired. So not picking on anybody, but Kevin A., I know you're driving. Can you tell us what kind of cost and profit are you looking to make when you do any projects for yourself or for a client, rather?
Yeah, I guess I just didn't know what you meant by a business plan, because I've done a lot of things similar to that, but my career has been mostly freelance work out in the industry. So like my price changes a lot depending on who my client is. And sometimes I do end up falling into the trap where like I'll do a lot of like $200, $300 jobs to try to make my ends meet, and then find one good $1,500 job that'll just do it all for me in like a day. I think generally right now, if I'm working professional job, I try to get between 400 and 500 a day. And that's just like where I've reached in my career. In the beginning, it was like 250. But now that I've like developed skills in producing and editing, or like if it's directing, I get 10% of an entire budget. Um, but you know, I think my comfort point right now is to try to get between $400 and $500 a day, and if I like the artist enough, you know, I'll go down on that if they have a good enough song or a good enough project. Um, but that is to make my ends meet of like $1,400 rent, you know, car bill, insurance, and then the same thing, like all the Adobes and the bells and whistles and gear that I might need for like a new project. A lot of the times, the way I've gotten my gear is I would include it into a project. So like every time I try to do a new music video, I include the price of a good SSD hard drive, and now I have like 20 of them in my house. Because like over time, you know, you get to keep them and then you get to reuse them for other things. Um, so yeah, I usually work all that kind of stuff into a budget. And then it's not just me that has to be paid if I'm hiring other people. For example, I shot a music video last Saturday. I charged the artist $1,500. I gave $500 to the camera person, and the last 1,000 I try to keep. But if there's an expense, it comes out of that. You know.
Great. So Kevin, that helps a lot because I don't have a lot of the questions in my brain as to how to give you guys an understanding that our program is really designed to get you to work. But
Mhm.
work at this point, I'm trying to rely on old ways of getting people prepared to getting their ends meet, or their ends met, their
Mhm.
unmet needs met. And I think the model that we're going to be adopting is more of an entrepreneurship model. Even if you're not going to be an entrepreneurship, you're going to have to be more entrepreneurial and
Yeah.
trying to get your unmet needs met. And most of the people on this call, I believe, are trying to be able to live independently so that
Mhm.
they can experience what that is before they start to, um, ask for the kind of money to get a Mercedes, or, you know, get all the things that they really like to get to live here in Los Angeles in the flex. But right now, getting one's needs met to get to independent living, I think, is a lot of the thought process in getting you guys to a place where you can, hunt and fish and eat comfortably, and then make some decisions about where else do you go to find additional ways to upscale um, the cost of living, or the cost of living you choose. Um,
Yeah.
so that is kind of what I'm looking to do, is to see where every single individual has decided what is going to be their ability to start budgeting themselves towards that end. Does anybody on here not know what a budget is for production? And this may be the time for at least the people on the call to give us your face, because this may be the most important thing I can do to help you. So if I can get everybody's face up just for a second, because I want to have an answer to that question. Does everybody know what a budget, or has seen a budget for any production, whether it be a social media campaign or anything fee for service that you've ever done? Has anybody not seen a budget or been part of a
Mhm.
budget?
Yes.
So who said yes, they have not been part of a budget or don't know
Uh,
what it is?
I've been part of a budget. Um, what's it called? Budget events, especially because since I've been recording at the studio. I mean, obviously, a lot of the artists they gotta come in with their own budget to record from their music to like their music video. Just yesterday, we were working with one of our friends, Sonny's friends, and it's kind of the same thing. It's like in order for somebody to finish like their album or do a release project, like they gotta have a budget to work out certain parts of the project. Same thing for like putting events together or like putting full-on productions for like for the tiny desk, like the tiny desk videos that we're gonna start doing. It's kind of like that same aspect or area.
Yeah, he was just asking if anybody hasn't or doesn't know what a budget is.
Has not got a concept of what that means, because that's language that is key to being able to be part of this industry. Because if you don't speak that language, you're not going to be able to participate on a consistent level. And some people can, but that's not the practicum that I want to use to make you guys um, really ready for the kind of world that we're facing. Um, and I'll tell you, Eric, who's on the call, asked me about this concept of us finding clients and doing projects that help us understand how to control all the things we want to control. He asked me, well, what's the budget? And I was stumped. I haven't put any line item cost for any of the things that we're doing, including using the cameras, the fast cards, gasoline, and any potential, things that were going to help underwrite us being able to show up and even execute. I haven't put any of those stuff together for myself. So this Dakar program is essentially never had a budget. I've just been paying money out of my pocket, not even really understanding that I didn't have a goal in mind as to how I was going to repay myself or really make this a stable, consistent business. And so I'm guilty of not having challenged you guys with the idea of learning these things and hearing these things. And I think a lot of people, because I haven't challenged anybody to understand the business of this stuff, I think a lot of people have asked for money, and rightfully so, but I haven't been able to factor in my budget how much money I was willing to pay people before we even got any WIOA dollars or any other grants, or hell, even anybody was willing to give us something that we can put into a budget that might not be cash, because budgets always seem to be something that's going to provide some type of tangible cash benefit, but sometimes they are things that aren't cash, aren't liquid cash. And so I've been thinking about this whole idea of budget since I talked to Eric this morning, and I want to have everybody start thinking about what things that you need to make this make sense to you. Your time, your energy, your intellectual property, all of this stuff has to have a value, but it also has to come up to something that makes sense, or we're going to do something called bankruptcy. And I don't think anybody wants that to happen. So Eric's got his hand, and I want to introduce him. He's a good friend, but he also, again, is challenging me to challenge you guys about something that we just haven't talked about. So, Eric, if you can, introduce yourself and kind of talk a little bit about your inspiration and asking me about budget.
Hey everyone. Thank you. I love what I'm hearing and thanks for taking it on, Kevin. And this is the world we live in, guys. It was like this before, but even more so now. My name's Eric Elder. I'm a not social media, I'm sorry. Creative media consultant. I'm sorry for the noise. There's a lot of construction going on here. I'm at city campus. So I'm a consultant. I've been in the animation, video game, and XR industries for 30 plus years. I started off in 2D animation and started one of the first video game bachelor's programs at the Art Institute in Santa Monica. I don't know, over 20 years ago. I was one of the first to train people in the Unreal game engine. So I've been an educational partner with Epic Games for 22 years. Right now I'm here on campus because I am conducting a pilot program for a apprenticeship program where I'm training young people like yourselves on developing games or maps in the Fortnite game engine. This is for anybody who's programming or game development. I don't know, inclined. This is a fantastic opportunity. Um, Epic Games paid out over $700 million to creators last year, within the past year. And there's young people your age that are making millions of dollars just making maps in Fortnite. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm about what is it, 6? Well, it was a 9-week pilot program. We got 2 weeks left, including this week. So that's enough about me. And again, the only reason why I share that stuff just is to kind of give you guys some context. But my feeling strongly is based on everything that I'm seeing that's going on with the video game industry and AI. The time for going to school and getting a degree and looking for a job is over with. It was tough before, even in a lucrative field such as video games. My old program that I started 22 years ago, Game Wizards, even at that time, because of the program, I had a 90 to 100% placement rate in AAA games. So I have, grads that work on all the top games, Call of Duty, God of War, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. But that's not this time. I was preparing people mostly to create assets and to work for the video game industry. Well, some of my best guys, including programmers, are now getting laid off. So the old model for video games, for media production, for pretty much everything has been disrupted. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen all the fucking, excuse me, my language, the social media content around, basically the Hollywood model is dead. That includes the old video game studio system is dead. But that's good news for you guys, because that basically means that the gatekeepers that you used to have to go through no longer exist. You guys can do it. When Kevin told me somebody has or combined, you guys have a social media following of like 200K, and somebody leveraged that to get a loan or something, like that's where we're at now. Like, all the eyeballs are not on television or even on streaming or going to the movie theater. They're on social media. So my advice to all of you is to get your social media game up, to pay attention to how many followers you have, growing your social media presence, and start making offers. Right? There's people out there that need your talent and your skill. I'm going to do everything I can to bring people your way and resources, because of my relationship with Kevin for many, many years. And, I just love, what Sonny is your name? Sonny Harris?
Yes.
Yeah, I just love what this young man said,
Thank you.
and the other gentleman. Like, that's how it's done, guys. You figure out what your nut is, what your expense is, and you go after jobs to cover your nut and then some. It's just that simple. But to do that, you got to know what your time is worth. You got to know what your skills are worth. And you also got to know what your social media is worth. For another project that I was working on, I kind of determined that, I was talking to some models about, being social media, not necessarily influencers, but even spokespeople for products. And through that research, a lot of which I did with ChatGPT, I determined that you can't even talk to a brand unless you have 10,000 followers on your social media. So the people I was talking to had less than 1,000, maybe 2,000, 3,000. They're not eligible. So they're not even ready to have those conversations about brand endorsements, because they don't have the social media following yet. And most of them don't know how to grow a social media following. All the resources, all the information is there. There's a guy named, what's his name? Anybody ever hear of Brendan Kane? This guy, look him up. He's come up with a scientific method to have anybody go viral. Anyone. He's got tons of information on free videos on YouTube that you can look at. So the information's out there. You just got to do the research and be directed and be intentional. And, you know, like my strategy, you know, like I said, I've been in the industry for 30 plus years. My strategy is to make as much cash as I possibly can through my consulting, business ventures, and otherwise, and get the F out of Dodge. And I'm serious, like a heart attack.
Wow. Eric, I'm going to let Sonny follow up. Sonny, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to follow up on that momentum. And Eric, thank you for that debrief. That was a fantastic just explanation of really how to utilize that mentality. But just to add on to that, I want to just offer a solution to what you initially stated, Kevin, and then offer a question to everybody here, because I feel like I'm hitting the nail on the head with this. So my solution to what we just talked about right now is creating entrepreneurial focused events for Dakar. Meaning that if we have somebody like Kevin A, who has this capability to help people learn how to do a music video, I say we do a month-long music video course, class, curriculum, and then we end off that month with a music video party where we would showcase the music videos we were able to make within that month, and then invite local artists to come for a fee to these events. So we have the monetization, the sustainability, and have them now hire these apprentices and these students to now go produce music videos in the local community. We can do the same thing with brand management nights, you know, social media marketing nights, where we can invite out local small businesses. And guess who's also going to be within the crowd? Content creators, social media managers, all these people who already coexist within this ecosystem, to now help each other succeed and support by being in the same realm. It's like, you know, hey, I need, you know, if I'm a carpenter and I need lumber, I'm going to go to a lumberjack, you know? So let's build those rooms and put the right people in to make those opportunities happen and coexist. So now the question I pose to everybody else is, do you guys think it's a smart idea for us to do these entrepreneurial nights sponsored by Dakar and all our partners? Because we can now bring in Red, Atlas, Cook, D-Haven, whoever we need to be there in that room, but we are creating the moments and experiences, and we can charge a fee to that. Obviously, we can do free of charge for our apprentices, but hey, maybe there's an incentive for, hey, every apprentice, every person you bring in or invite, you get a commission of that as an apprentice. So now not only can we incentivize having a large audience, but hey, you get a kickback for bringing people there. And I'll land my plane there, but I just want everybody to digest that and just think about what I just said, because I think that is a sustainable building plan for how to have something that provides infrastructure, education, and an experience we can sell and monetize, and offer training modules that teach people how to be entrepreneurs, how to set rates, and all those other things.
Great. Sonny, one of the reasons why I invited Eric, aside from him hitting me across the head with the idea that I didn't know how to explain to you guys what a budget was or what it wasn't, is Eric is a potential client. He got a $5 million grant a couple of years ago to put together a gaming academy for the 19 community colleges in Los Angeles County. And there's 116 community colleges altogether in the state of California. So we've been on committees, and we've been talking about how do we scale his 19 community college audience to the whole state for his gaming academy. And I think that we have the capacity to help create a campaign for him to reach all 100 to 116 community colleges through one governing body, to figure out how we help them understand that workforce, meaning apprenticeship, and with the advent of AI and AI tools, we can help get these other community colleges to understand what we come in peace, but we're coming to help these people understand that students in the community college system are not 18. They're not 24. They're 34, 44 years of age. And the thing that I want to be able to do is to try and convert this relationship with Eric and the community colleges into a contract. So if there's ideas or suggestions on how to make a pitch to the community colleges, we have a lot of marketing collateral and a lot of things that they have shared with us. We just need to think about what can we do to put together some type of offering to them, because they're a relationship, but they're also just a marketing opportunity to reach almost 3 million students in classrooms. 3 million people in 116 community colleges. And those community colleges are fed by high schools. There'll be a lot of high school seniors who'll be going to community colleges by this time next year. And the community colleges feed the UCs, the CSUs, and the private colleges, the four-year universities. All these things are really daisy chained together so that we can actually find a way to create marketing campaigns, messaging for a pipeline of people who not only need our help, but they're not going to get it from their classrooms. Their classrooms are not talking about these kinds of real world opportunities to teach people how to hunt and fish for the kind of income and lifestyle that they want to lead if they ever want to get out of their way and start thinking about independent living. Well, where's that going to happen? And it's something that I think we can do a lot of damage in by being able to show that we're the people. No, you guys are the people who can show them new methods of generating income or creating a job when there isn't any jobs for you guys to even compete for. Some of you may not need this, but I think it would be a good opportunity to learn how to feed the needs, the unmet needs of folks who are just like you, but just don't have the access to the program like that car has. So the reason why I called this meeting initially was to talk about some opportunities to start doing our own productions. And this Wednesday, we've been thinking about a concept of producing shows that we can control all of the elements, because we have a lot of the resources to collaborate and put our talents together to produce something that we can put not just in the can, but we can actually put into social media to see if we can create some movement around the idea of a creator collective. So I'm going to ask Santos if you can describe, Santos, your concept of what's going to happen or what could happen Wednesday, and more importantly, describe the resource that you bring to the table. And if you have any video or anything that we can share screen, it would help. Oh, and also, Santos, have some of the opportunity to share with people how you came about this resource, because that's a wonderful story that needs to be spotlighted in and of itself. So Santos, you got the floor.
Sure thing. Appreciate you, Kevin. Hello, everybody. So what I got going on for this Wednesday, or what I was planning on doing with the group, is I'm willing to donate a couple hours of the studio that I manage. It's a recording studio that's been around for like 15, 17 years. It's a private collection of instruments that my buddy John has put together for, damn near my whole life. And he's used that space as a personal studio for himself. But now we have the opportunity to make it into a full-on business and production studio. And the way that I'm looking to use the red cameras and using you guys as part of the team is being able to create these series of tiny desk videos. Let me see if I'm gonna send a link real quick to the group chat, but
I'm gonna put screen sharing capabilities, and I don't know if Sonny, if you can help us with this, or Santos, if you're savvy enough to share
I'm a little savvy,
Put
but
the
I'm
link in
also
chat, Santos, and I'll screen share right now. I got you.
yeah. I was gonna say I can share it to the screen here. This paste it. There you go.
And then
But
we
yeah,
also
so
have, yeah, we also have something in the chat. There's a link in the chat for some show and tell.
yeah, so the link in the chat I put right now is to the YouTube video for the series that we've been doing at the studio. Right now, I've been using like a small DJI Pocket 3 to do just like one single shot. But I also put some screenshots or kind of like pictures of the studio of like the camera angles I would like to like set up um for the multiple camera operations of it. Um, what's it called? From there, the whole reason why I'm trying to put together this team or at least put together this production is to be able to highlight some of the local artists here in the valley, but also to be able to put the resources together to be able to get artists.
Cranberry Dreams. My name is Alex
Yeah,
Infinity. I'm in the Heaven Studios in Tarzana, California.
yeah,
Just
that's
vibing
kind
it
of the
for
whole
a
idea.
second.
It's just like a live showcase here at the studio. But basically, like the whole purpose of this is that not only that we're getting digital assets, but we're also getting the audio set up, and we can use that as a funnel to get like other revenue from the music. The visuals, you know, just from the video alone, it's pretty good.
Make me feel like I am special.
And Santos, I don't know about anybody else, but I love the video, but we wanted to hear you really kind of break down what we were looking at, and I didn't hear but a fraction of what you were saying. Um, did anybody else not hear as much as they like to hear about what he was saying?
Like a tiny desk like setup, multicam mini concert at the studio.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much the idea. But the thing with that is that well, for this specific one that we're gonna do on Wednesday, we have concepts in this video call right now. Concepts a really dope freestyler at MC, and what I was thinking was that we could do kind of like advertising and promotional ways of like creating music and connecting brands together. Because for the car, like it'll be good to not only like promote the videos that we've been making with the red cameras, but also to have a audio connection with it, where we can use concept to kind of like freestyle or like talk about the car and the foundation and just like the brands that we're using, like red cameras and the other companies that we're working with. But then also to use AI, I've been working with AI. Suno AI is a like a music production app with AI, and what I can do with that is basically make an instrument track, and give this instrument track to my friends that are participating in the video shoot, which is a full band. And then we can have concept rap or freestyle or make a song with random generated words, but also using words that are specific to the brand that we're working with right now. And hopefully that can make like more of a promotional content for everybody in that sense. Because that's the whole thing too, is like if we're looking to pitch ideas or pitch a line to like companies or brands, that we gotta find a way to make them money as well. So it's like how we are talking about earlier, either product placements or just like shouting out the product and getting customers' attention to that is a good way. But then we kind of what we need to do to begin it is to like start shooting these videos and start promoting it and start telling people about what we can create. So that's why I'm willing to donate like a couple hours and a couple sessions to do these videos. But that's about it. You know?
Yeah, and if I can just add on to that, because I worked on this idea with Santos. Beyond all of that, what we can incentivize for you guys is one, if you guys bring people to the studio and they book studio time, you guys get commission from that off rip, just working with Heaven Studios. On top of that, if you're an artist or you know people who are artists that are looking for an opportunity to do a tiny desk, this is your easy access into that, because NPR is no longer around. So nobody is doing tiny desk anymore. Like the official one is gone. So we are kind of like rebranding and starting this new one with Heaven Studio. So this is a great opportunity to get your foot in the door with something like that, and have the opportunity to not only shoot something like this, but this is something that we're looking to monetize in the future. So, once we build out this team and have a consistent way to utilize these cameras and know who's going to do what roles, we can then market this to other people and say, hey, we can do this fee for service for you guys. On top of that, what we're also trying to do is incentivize you guys to start YouTube channels. The point being is that all this content that we're getting at Kevin Hart Studios, all this content that we're going to be making at Heaven Set, this all can be vlogged, BTS, thrown up on a YouTube channel that's stacking up view after view after view, which is slowly going to start compounding into you guys getting paid for making content. What we're trying to incentivize with this is exactly what I did with the Red promo video, is everybody being a personality on camera and being able to be like, hey, here's my POV, this is my perspective, here's my perspective of what's going on. So then you guys can be your own personalities and get sponsorships and all these other things on the back of what we're doing here with the card. Just personally speaking about the project, all we need is 3 camera ops and 3 live streamers. The 3 people on live stream are just going to be using your phones, and we're going to be using StreamYard. So we're going to get comfortable live streaming. We're going to get comfortable on-set production with Red cameras, lighting, sound, all that stuff. And it's going to be a great opportunity to train, learn how to be on set, and learn how to work with musicians. And this is all something that you can be actively throwing into portfolio, onto a website, and using as marketing materials to further promote your services and your skill sets. And I'll land my plane there.
Okay. And guys, I put into the chat, I use ChatGPT to come up with a kind of a log line, as well as some names for what this could be. And I wanted to make a little bit of a correction. NPR was decimated by budget cuts by Trump, but they're claiming that they're going to still try and put a good product on the market. So Tiny Desk, as it's standing now, will still try to continue with huge budget cuts to still deliver more Tiny Desks. But what I'm thinking that we need to do, no matter who, what, why, where, and how it affects the marketplace, is come up with something unique for us. And so I wanted to localize what this opportunity could be, is to really support our local artists, and more importantly, to be more inclusive of other media skill sets, social media, not only cinematic television production, but fast streaming television production. NPR is great, but it's, basically pushing all their stuff to a YouTube channel. There are other channels that we could actually export anything we're doing to create more market cap, as well as more opportunities to generate partnerships, audience, and potential sponsors and partners. So I put in the chat box some names that ChatGPT came up with for the title of something that we can start marketing, and marketing ourselves to something that we could actually create some framework for putting this up, either as a digital brand, a digital studio, or something that would allow us to continue to just be able to make sure that we're not just doing this without anybody, hashtagging it and on all the like. So I'd like to have you guys take your own ideas, put it in the chat GPT, or just come up with your own ideas as to what we can title this thing. But let me see, I was only able to get 1,000 characters in there. So some other ideas, but this would be a culmination of not just music recording and engineering, but video, cinematic, fast streaming, production, engineering, and potentially showcasing how all these things work together and to blur the lines between them. So everybody gets a chance to understand how all these things could potentially be integrated into your skill set. I know a lot of people do watch movies and know that there's a lot of scoring and soundtracks that go into cinematic or even television production. But I'd love to be able to expose everybody to all of those elements so that they can start doing more career discovery about where they could be and under just even understanding the language of it. So I don't have a curriculum for this, but I certainly think that we can start building some lesson plans around how this can actually give us a chance to sharpen our skill sets of things that we want to do, and then add some things that we never knew that we can do to make us more of a term called a predator, a new age predator, which used to be just a writer, director, producer. But now you can learn how to be a writer, director, producer, engineer, transcoder, social media manager, and a lot of other things that are needed in order for people to get their ideas to the marketplace. And more importantly, manage all of the stuff that they've done so that nobody rips it off, including somebody else's AI. So if we can really put our minds around how we protect the ideation around coming up with something, I think that we don't have to have a curriculum. We can start to create something that allows us to figure out everything we want to do to build, lift this thing up and to protect it and make money with it. So that's kind of my idea. So any thoughts, suggestions to what I've just mentioned?
It feels like this show leans more Rap Radar than it does Tiny Desk, and not that it has to only be rap, but I just mean in terms of visuals of the studio, because Tiny Desk was a bit of a bigger space and all the lights were on. Maybe we could make like a neon sign of whatever name we come up with and put it in the background for branding,
Mm-hmm.
similar to how Rap Radar does it. I'm not sure if anybody here's heard of Rap Radar, but
Yep. I could also what's it called? I could also make some merch. Um, can make like clothing articles and stuff like that. That can have like the brand name on the t-shirts or hoodies or little like articles like that. Right there in the little in that little like warehouse spaces that I'm in. There's a what's it called? One of my partners. She does merchandising and stuff like that, so I can help out with stuff like that too. We're finding a
do you
way to
have
like. What's that?
do you have like a fill light for people's faces? Because it looks like it might be a little dark in there. The lights look cool, but
Yeah,
we could still use something for.
it is a little like dim in there, but we do have a couple of bright LED lights. The only thing that with the LED lights is just like it really like exposes a lot of the studio, so like
Yeah.
a lot of the wires and all that stuff come out. So
Okay. Yeah.
um I sent a couple of screenshots in the group chat of like kind of like the angles that I get from the studio. But these are pictures with or these are images that I took with the DJI. So the DJI has a pretty good lens, but I know that we're gonna be using the red cameras, so we gotta figure out how to like set them up and kind of get that light situation going. Uh,
Well, the red cameras should be good at shooting low light anyways, and we can put like I have like mini LED lights we could put on the cameras if anything, and those would be more than enough. It with the red cameras, you literally need like just a little bit of light if it's too dark, and it'll work. So we can still keep it kind of dim. And honestly, we can even overexpose it in there and just use ND filters on the lenses as well. That's also an opportunity and possibility because then you can just have it really overexposed, but then you just drop it down the shadows with the ND filter and you still get that crisp dimness that you want, but everything's clear and in focus and, just well lit. So there's multiple opportunities. I think though that we would definitely need to focus on lighting and do some lighting classes, leading up to this. But obviously Wednesdays are like literally 2 days, so we don't have time for all that. But in the future, definitely want to incorporate some lighting classes and opportunities.
Right. So this is really an exercise in trying to figure out what we have to do to take a look at the opportunity. We have to understand, every aspect of this thing, including the real star of the show, the facility. How many square feet? What kind of design could we have in there? I don't know if we're really ready to do much, but try and practice.
Yeah, a couple questions, if I may.
Sure.
Yep.
First, what time are we planning on doing it on Wednesday? And second is, do we already have an artist?
Yeah, so for Wednesday, I was planning on donating the time from 4 to 8 p.m. 4 p.m. for us to get there, an hour for setting up, and then at 5 p.m. starting like the shooting. I do have uh, a couple artists lined up, which is Concept. He's in the group chat. CJ is also in the group chat. Be able, if he's gonna be around, he's also gonna be in it. But then the other main group that I have in there that's gonna be participating with Concept at the same time is a full band called the Sunseekers. So
Fire.
whenever you guys are able to check out those pictures, like you see one of the pictures is the full band, and that's how like the full band looks um, in that studio space. Cause what's it called? There's a drummer inside the ISO booth, and then there's like a bunch of other bunch of instrumentalists outside of the booth, which is kind of like the main scene area. But yeah, I mean that's kind of the whole thing that I'm trying to set up for Wednesday is like see how many people we can have come over, and then
Mhm.
so we can check the space and check the lighting and stuff like that, and then just give it like a trial run of pre-production, um, on from everything from setup to like to the visuals to just like because I already know like the audio aspect I got that locked in, but the video aspect this is where we're kind of like
Yeah.
um, trying to figure it out.
Right. So a question for you, Santos. How
Yes.
many people comfortably can be on that set or inside of that recording studio, the creative set?
So what I was planning on having from the card team was like a max of like 10 people from the card team, including yourself, Kevin. Um, what's it called? And then from there, like I have another like, basically the artist I'm bringing in is another group of like 7 people. So I'm having about like 15 to 16 people inside the studio. I mean, I can fit in way more, but the thing is, like this is it's kind of a private space, and there's a lot of equipment around. So I'm just trying to keep the hazard as low as I can.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that sounds like a lot too. I think we could get this done with a little less, but the more people is cool too.
Yeah,
Um,
because we were talking about having 3 cameras, so maybe like two
yeah,
camera operators per camera, just to like have that going. It's like 6 people at least. But then yeah,
well,
whoever's extra would be like kind of doing BTS stuff. They would be doing
yeah,
the live streaming stuff or something like that.
Yeah, and the reason I asked that is because I'd love to be able to strategically figure out not only how many people, but who would be on there as really essential to the production, and then have people who would be either at home or somewhere else grouped or assembled so that they can actually watch all of this production going on in real time. Because at the end of this, I hope that the production will reach people anywhere and everywhere who wants to see some of the making of, some of the engineering, or even, again, angles of things that will allow them to have choices to see the performances, the artists. That's where I think you can actually create an audience who can actually have different venues and different vantage points of what they want to see. And if it's
yeah,
live, especially, they would have potential questions for the engineers, for the artists, for the video people, and it would make it a real smorgasbord of things that will give learners a chance to come there for multiple reasons, and to integrate all that into one thing is what they could have, but they could actually, again, channel it because there's a
Yeah.
lot of different things happening to make this thing, groovy.
Yeah, and depending on like what lenses we have and how big the space is, like I would imagine one of the cameras would just be a wide showing a lot of the room. So that really just needs someone to push play and pause because once it's in focus and in position. And that's really just for the band too. Because if we're doing a single like artist that's just sitting in the middle of the room or standing in the middle of the room, we'd probably just need two cameras for that, one wide and then one close up to the face. And the close up one would have to have a camera operator or two so that we can follow focus and follow around where the artist is doing his thing. And then maybe having like a third, like shoulder rig camera looking at, things in the room, getting B-roll, getting like, the artist moving their hands or something like that. When it comes to like the full band, we'd need the three cameras so that we could see like the main singers, the individual artists, and then maybe even like a GoPro or something in the drummer, like on the drums kit, so that we can have some shots of the drummer as well.
Yep.
Great,
Um,
great. Emmy's had her hand up for a few minutes. Is it Emmy or I can't remember? Emmy,
Yes, hi,
unmute.
it's Emmy, and this is also Brenna.
I remember both you guys.
Hey
So
guys.
good to see you again. So Emmy, go ahead with your question.
So as we're talking about the Wednesday shoot at the studio, both Brenna and I were kind of coming up with like a lot of questions. One of the biggest ones is, okay, we want to have a lot of people there so everyone can try to get as much hands-on experience. And Brenna does a lot of like first AD work and she does a lot of producing. So she's used to writing out like a call sheet that has everyone's roles and such. So is someone going to be kind of curating maybe a call sheet, or could we? And with that same idea of you wanted maybe multiple people to get chances with the cameras, however we set up each performer, could it be like a rotation? Like, performer A has group A on the cameras, the audio, someone's directing the shoot, someone's checking the lighting, and then the next performer that comes on, we have B team. So someone gets a chance with cameras, someone gets a chance with lighting, someone gets a chance, and we can kind of rotate. That way it's similar to how a production typically goes with a call sheet and a list of people. And then there's a little bit of a schedule to it. I know, because right now, it sounds like we're gonna have a lot of people there, and I'm not sure how we're gonna
divvy up.
yeah, especially if we only have
Yeah.
3 hours to actually shoot something.
Right. Well, this is the part that I'm really interested in from the apprenticeship standpoint, the experiential learning is I'd love to everybody in a perfect world to have had some pre-production or some hands-on training so that when we get there day of show and the call list and everybody's ready to, rock and roll. I don't know that we are going to get that opportunity to do anything more than to kind of, do a real rehearsal, if you will. We're giving everybody an opportunity to see if they can get a role locked down that they can perfect for maybe a production where we do have it set up to stream to investors, partners, school districts. I don't think that this one should be streamed to anybody until we can perfect it.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Well, I think if it's going to be a rehearsal, what Emmy said and was absolutely correct. I think that we should do that because even if it's a rehearsal, might as well try to do it to the best of our capabilities, and having the ability to train and rotate and get used to a rotating schedule, which is allow more people to participate while still being mindful of the space. We could have people even come in a stagger, right? We can have the
Exactly.
first three people come in at 5, the next
Or
whoever
at
comes
least
in at 6, and then and we do an hour an artist, no more than an hour per artist. There's 3 artists, and we just knock it out, and then we just have people rotate. But yeah, I'm in complete agreement. I think that was a fantastic idea, and if it's a rehearsal, might as well do it to the best of our capabilities.
I think
Yep.
especially too, like, because the idea of kind of like radio style or, tiny desk style, these performances, like it sounds like they would be, you know, one take through. Like
Yeah.
They'll perform the
Mhm.
whole song live.
And
Mhm.
it's not music video style where we can cut, reshoot something. So it would have to
Mhm.
be fluid, ready to go performances from
Mhm.
the artist
Yeah.
standpoint. But I think too, like having the idea of like the call sheet, knowing when to show up, like that's something that I've gotten used to living out in LA and seeing more of. And I feel like that approach
Well, also just like
is real.
uh having like a director be in charge of each performance. So like working with, so we feel prepared at least. Like if someone's in charge of each artist, like this is the look we're going for, and they work with the artist on what they want a little bit, just ask a few questions of what they're looking for. And then, you know, the director, that's when they take over, and maybe we assign one person to like a DP to manage the cameras. Like they're gonna work together and be like, oh, we want these angles. So the pre-pro side, I know it's really short and last minute, but we can at least come up with 4 or 5 angles that we really want to capture, that will cut together really nice. That shouldn't take long to like prepare. At least you could even do a day of, you could do a meeting that morning with the artist before you all go in. Just be like, hey, what are you looking for? Like, oh, if it's be able, I want to like really like get some cool shots going up my saxophone or like this and that, or you know, little stuff like that where we could just have like an idea of what we're going into, and then all we need is someone to direct it. Like, okay, this is what we're doing, you're on this, you're on this, just to make it less we're figuring out in the moment and we're wasting our hour. That might be really helpful.
Oh man, this is cool. This is so organically cool. One of the things that I wanted to ask Santos. Santos, did you have a director for concept?
Well, I mean, I'm kind of in directing the stuff right now with Sunny, but like I said, like I've done the Tiny Desk videos at the studio a couple times already. If you guys go to like the YouTube channel that we have, like you see, there's like, multiple artists that we've done with one camera only. Though now we have multiple cameras and we have a full band, and it's gonna be a little bit different. But same thing with the what's it called, with the call sheet. I put in the group chat right now 2 links to my website where I did like the signups for what's it called, for the artist or for the engineering part of it. I don't have one for the video people, but that's kind of like what I'm using right now to kind of help myself, you know, get the people signed up and seeing like who are the participants and who are going to be involved in the shoot. But when it comes to like the image or like how we shooting this stuff, those are the three images I put in the top of the group chat. It's kind of like the angles we're working with. Those are the 3 angles that I'm expecting that we can use the camera on.
Mhm.
Cause that's kind of like the best the best scenes inside the studio. Like I put a camera in a bunch of different angles there, and like those are the top 3 like placements that we can use. When it comes to like individual people though, I think it's a little bit easier because like Kevin A said earlier, they're more in the center space, and it's just like uh it's kind of like a 180 view in that space for them. So it's not, I wouldn't say easy, but it's a little simple.
So if I may, what I'll do is I'll put together a call sheet Google form.
Mm-hmm.
And what we'll do is, because I think with the amount of people here, we'll probably have enough people to do 2 groups, because there's only 13 people in this call. 4 of them are at least admins. So what I'll do is I'll put together that group, and we'll have group A, group B, and we'll figure out, Santos, how many people do we have right now confirmed for those 3 hours? Is it 4 artists total, or is it 3?
Well, the main is like what's it called? Concept and the Sun Seekers. They're like one artist in a sense
Mhm.
because they're gonna be performing together.
Got you.
But then from there it'll be able with the saxophone, and if he wants to do it with the band too, that's fine.
Uh-huh.
Because I kind of hired the band to be there for like the full 3 hours to do just improv jam, and they're cool with that. But even same thing with CJ. CJ wants to do like a live set with the band. He could do that. He could just show them the song, and they'll pretty much like learn it within like 2 minutes. And they'll just play it.
Oh, yeah. And I'm
Okay,
gonna bug you a
perfect.
little bit later, Santos, or you and Sunny. We could coordinate. But I want to help out with that call sheet and have some ideas as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. And then we'll start to put together some visual references. So let me just figure this out real quick. I'm cool with, honestly, like, I'm cool with whoever wants to be a director being a director. So is there any people right now that want to direct that would be cool with managing either team A or B right now on this call? Like, open grabs.
I
mean-
could I could be one option if no one else wants to.
Yeah, I think you'd make a great option. So I'll put you on team A. And then what I'll do is I'll CC you on that Google form, and we can basically figure out team A and team B, and then that rotation. If it's only 3 artists, it's probably going to be an hour and a half.
Mhm.
So we'll figure out that transitionary 30-minute time period and how that's going to work. There's probably going to be an artist that we film half of a set for each team, most likely. So we'll figure out that transition in particular. Is there anybody else that also wants to be a director? Anybody that just, has any inclination? Maybe you haven't done it before, but you want to. This is a great opportunity just to utilize this chance and opportunity. Like we said, this is a rehearsal more than anything. So, we'll be there to help each other along the way. But, I've already directed so much. If anybody else wants to do it, I'm leaving that spot open purposely for somebody new to take that spot. So one more time, anybody want to do it?
I was
think I
gonna
would be
say,
down to help with the
Yeah.
B side as well.
I was gonna say I'm happy to direct, but I mostly think I should be like supervising this and making sure the shots look good, or
Hey
like
man, Kev,
somebody
come
in a
on, man.
coaching
You gotta
position.
jump in because I really, for me, man, this is the making of a crew to see everybody kind of getting their hands on the tech, on the
Yeah.
steering wheel.
Well, okay, look, we can do this. We can do, well, that solves my problem then. We'll do this. We'll do, and how do you say your name again? I want to make sure I get it right. Briannon, or how do you say it? Sorry.
Well, I'm not sure. Are you saying Brienne?
Yeah.
How do you say that name?
Brenna.
Brenna. Okay. Brenna.
Sorry, I guess my name's not on there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say because like I don't need a directing credit, so like I'm not worried about that. I just want to make sure things look pretty. That's what I feel like I'm here for. I feel like that's what Kevin wanted me to be here for.
Brenda, my apologies. Yeah.
It's okay. All
So,
good.
so I think what we can do is we'll do Kevin and you guys, and we'll have three basically directors, and we'll make teams for the all three of you guys. And if they overlap, they overlap, but we'll do it in a way where it makes sense. And we'll go from there. But yeah, I'll basically put,
Possible. Could I just be there for the 4 hours? I mean, I'm happy to just be there and supervise. You know what I mean?
well, no, I think it's also great for you to also get director chances and opportunities too, because I want to take you off of like editing and get you more into like the driver's seat. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the purpose of you being a director is that you're also an editor, so you already have a natural eye of like, hey, I should shoot this way because I know when I edit it, I have to do X, Y, Z. So for me, it's
Yeah.
actually more strategic to put you in a position to be an director as well, because I already know how your eye is going to work anyways. And I know for you, you probably already have a flow of how you're going to make this make sense and in post-production and all that stuff. So it's just more about just getting more people the opportunity to try it out more than anything. Because I know you guys are going to kill it. So I can supervise, and just if you guys have questions, and you guys are superstars already, so they're probably going to be very minute, basic questions anyways. But yeah, feel free to just take those opportunities and those roles and just run with it. And then we'll build the team out underneath you guys. So,
Right.
like I said, I'll put the Google form together right now, and I'll send it to you guys via the Dakar group chat. If you're not in the group chat, just let me know right now, and I'll add you to it. And then that way we can go from there and figure out these teams.
Right. And I think that Kevin A and Santos, you guys are going to literally be the producers. If we're doing credits, especially for IMBD, you guys have the ability to create some episodes where you're sourcing all the talent and most of all the production resources to put this thing together. So that's the skill set that I think everybody eventually is going to learn how to become a producer and then start to delegate some of the responsibilities in sourcing out some of the other talent necessary to fill those other roles, because that's what a producer does. And including, the business part of it, and, what happens in post-production, what happens with the copyrighted project, how to license it, sell it, or whatever. Those are the things I'm hoping that you guys will learn once we get it completed, how to do.
Question, what do we have sound equipment there, I assume? 'Cause I assume that, but like, or like who's running it, and like is it like
Yeah,
extremely fancy?
I'll be doing all the audio engineering part of it.
Okay, great.
Since nobody's gonna be like really like mic'd up for like an interview,
Okay.
like it's like slightly different. But even like this, the studio too could be used as a podcast suite for like artists and stuff like that. And I can also have them, I can also record their audios and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, audio wise, I kind of have that under control. That's gonna be like part of my jurisdiction. I can also teach audio production or like basically like how to like use the studio's equipment. But I think that'll be like for like some other time because it's gonna be more dedicated to like doing the production of the of just like filming it, recording it,
Yeah.
figuring out how to put it together for content use.
Santos, we got to get you mic'd up for an interview after the shoot. That way you could tell the story of the studio and what we're trying to do.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's an amazing story.
Mhm.
Just from what I heard, I mean, you've been doing this since you're in high school, right?
Yeah, pretty much after I left high school, I was doing a little bit of freelance photography work for a cannabis company, and then because of life and life putting me in great opportunity positions, I was able to transition from doing photography to doing artist management and audio production, and then I just kind of dedicated these last 5 years to just doing that, being part of the music industry and making the collective that I'm in with my homie Concept, some of the other artists in my collective as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been a journey, and I'm excited to be sharing this part of the journey with you guys.
Wow. And one of the byproducts of all of this is that we're hoping with all the executables, all the things we want to deliver, I want to, always document what, who, what, why, where, and how we did this thing. So yeah, there will be with some emphasis with the cameras is to live up some of the people who will be able to tell, not just show the behind the scenes, but how to document any of this stuff, especially for us to try to motivate other people that we've entered a new phase instead of just talking and Zoom meeting to death. The concept of getting things in the can. Um, I think this is a chance for me to start, socializing what this apprenticeship program could be because nobody else is doing this. I guarantee you, everybody else is over the job, on the job training, over the shoulder, maybe, doing a workshop or two. Nobody's doing this. And this is how you learn really by experimenting and pushing the envelope. And even if you fail, you still learn. So this is the thing that I'm going to be putting my resources behind. I have some potential advertisers, sponsors, and some investors who are looking at some of the stuff I'm doing. So I want everything that we can jam into this experience to be something that we've captured because we're only going to get one chance to do this thing and do it right. And that means that shows everything and everybody putting effort in, and that's what I'm hoping. So, the most, we don't want to overrun the studio, but we still want to make sure that we get the right people and the right opportunity to see them learning by doing and doing by, again, executing to the standards that we all hope to have somebody invest in us.
I just sent a text to the meetings chat because it seems like the goal of Wednesday really is to get as many people's hands dirty as we can and to use this as a practice day. So again, I feel like having like a team for each artist is a great way to make sure that as many people can get hands on stuff as possible. And kind of like, sure, we might not have pre-pro time or like a lot of setup time to go over things, but I think in the moment, as we're setting up for each new person, um, each team kind of has their leader. The DP would kind of lead the camera ops. The G&E team would be controlling the lighting and stuff. And that could even be as simple as, hey, here's the iPad. that's connected to all the lights. Here's what it's called. Here's how you change color effects. Here's how you change intensity. The audio people, I know we have a studio where the audio is already perfected, but it could still be a quick lesson of like, hey, this is what an XLR cable is. Hey, this is where mics go. This is how you point them at people. Here's how to adjust a mic stand to someone's height. Little things that take a little bit of stress off of a shoot. And even like with the BTS team, you could have a couple people that do like photo video. And then if all those teams change, you could have basically everyone in this apprenticeship do something at some point, if not overlap roles.
Yep.
Is the goal to make this a weekly thing, or?
Well,
Uh,
I do have another guy that wants to do something potentially the following week at Heartbeat. Mitch Richmond. Some people met him,
Yeah,
and
the
so
cooking
he's
show.
looking. Yeah, he's trying to get prepared for next Friday at Heartbeat to do his cooking show.
Yeah.
And really get something set up and designed so that we can do some pre-production on it. I don't know, maybe by this Friday. So we're ahead of next Friday. This Friday, maybe we can have a pre-production meeting about this. So my goal is not just to do something every week, but just to do it when we have real potential market making content and training material to show and share with people.
Yeah, I guess my thought was because like once we figure out where the cameras can be set up in this studio, the only thing that we would need, because there's only so many places you could put the cameras in the studio, but the only thing we would need for the following week is new artists to come in, and then we make a formula and we can record like 2 or 3 episodes a day, and then build up a catalog so that we can have multiple uploads a week.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Santos, you do you feel comfortable if we got some momentum that we could do this on a weekly basis on a Wednesday?
Yeah. So I kind of had already budget out at least like 4 production days for the studio this month. That being like either Wednesdays or Sundays.
Okay.
But yeah, if we do another shoot in the future, like next week or 2 weeks from now, that I can get more artists to come out, and then kind of like have like rotating people. Cause I'm locally tapped into a couple of artists out here in the valley.
Mhm.
But I know that there's a lot of great talent out here, and there's a couple people that we can definitely collaborate and use their leverage on like social media so that to help us with the momentum of building the audience and getting people to view the stuff that we're working on.
Yeah. Follow-up question is because the last time I believe Kevin and I spoke, we didn't have lenses. Do we know what kind of lenses we have? Do we have cinema lenses, or should I see if
No,
I can borrow my friends?
we're gonna need lenses. I'm attempting to purchase a set of prime lenses, wide to zoom, but they haven't accepted my offer yet. So I don't. So maybe if we can have those as the default, I may
Okay.
have a set of lenses by Wednesday. But if we can make sure we have those lenses available for us, Michael Calloway is going to be there also. He's got some prime lenses, as well as another red camera if we need it. So I'll make
Yeah.
sure we have people who can use the cameras and the lenses. Because remember, I don't know if there's anybody on this call who has perfected from A to Z how to use these red cameras.
Yeah, and I was gonna say the lenses is what, we probably don't want too green of hands touching all that much because they're like $5,000, $10,000 lenses,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
easily droppable.
Right.
Um,
And that for Emmy and Bree, do you guys have any experience using red cinematic cameras?
For me a little bit, but I'm not too big of a camera person, but yes, so I have some friends that have used cameras too, that are red cameras, so I could
Right.
also
Right. I'm just taking inventory because right now I've actually hired for every time we've ever used these cameras or used red cameras or used cinematic stuff, even though we've never exploited it, I've always hired people to do it. And I'm trying to figure out how I can get, and I'm even incentivizing people to learn how to use it so I could pay you guys some apprenticeship rate ability to actually execute a camera shoot, sound using the lavs, and the lighting, and all those things are going to be critically important if we are going to graduate to a level where we can start to be end to end self-sufficient on these productions.
I'm
Well, yeah,
definitely interested in working with the red cameras. I have a little experience with red cameras. It was a while ago, but I would love to go on and like learn it a little more so I can help us be more sufficient.
Yeah. So for this shoot, I'm going to have at least one person that I'm going to have to hire so that we know that for the wide shot, for everything, we're going to make sure we have something in the camera we can be proud of. Sound,
And
lighting, everything.
Well,
So a wide lens shot, we need that, but everything else is, experimental until it's not.
I think
and
someone
yeah,
like that you would hire could easily be the DP that helps the camera ops. Like they're kind of like the director of photography, they had all camera stuff. So whoever you hire or the professional that knows the gear through and through, they could stay on for all three teams. And that way you have
Yeah.
like the teacher that can show how to use points correctly, to show how to load everything and
Yeah.
help the ops. So that way people still get hands-on experience without being the one technically in
Right. Well,
control.
I'm going to ask a question because several of the people who have been looking over the shoulder of Ivan, have you guys learned any of this stuff? I mean, have you guys learned incrementally how to emulate some of the stuff that he does? I mean, I don't even know that anybody's ever been asked this question, but can anybody comfortably think that they can even open the lenses, open up the cases, assemble the cameras, put the lenses on, and make sure that we have the right ISO, the right shutter speed, and all that stuff that makes sure that we just have something in the viewfinder that looks good without having to even pan, zoom, or anything else. Does anybody feel that they can do that?
yes,
I can
sir.
definitely do that off
Yeah,
the
I can do that
conversations
too.
I've had with sorry about that. Off the conversations I've had with Ivan and especially the one-on-one experience I've gotten with Chris. I mean, I can do that easily. And what I wanted to offer was I can be that DP on Wednesday and just be there. I'm already going to be there. I was planning on supervising anyways, and whether it's making sure the cameras are properly taken care of or just helping people with their questions, how do I set ISO? I mean, I know those cameras like the back of my hand now. I'm super comfortable shooting with them, and anything that we need as far as content or teaching, I'm more than willing to provide my skill set.
Is there a second camera? Does somebody feel like they fill in for Wyken if
Yes.
something happened to him?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I know the red camera is easily, admittedly, the case. I struggle with it sometimes. I could build that thing super easy. It's fun to use. Give me the Raptor, though, not the Komodo. Give me the Raptor. But
Okay, okay.
yes, when
All
Sunny's not
right.
on it, I got you.
Okay, anybody third camera?
Yeah,
Back up.
I mean, I know how to use the cameras. Like I said, I'm not. I
Well,
feel
Kevin,
like
yeah, Kevin A, that's what I'd like to have you get proficient
yeah.
because you have
Well,
you
I
have
am like I know how to use those cameras. Like I that's why I was saying like I'm not looking for the credit here. I feel like I'd be fine just supervising and like overall coaching, just making sure
well,
we get something pretty and letting people
well,
use their
well,
creative
well,
instincts. You know.
yeah, this is not a pre-production meeting, but Kevin A, I'd like to have you as the second person to Sunny being able to use one of those cameras to make sure that we have principal photography using red cameras so that if we did say that we're using red camera, we can show people what we shot on the reds. Because, the stuff that Sunny did with the red promo, we didn't use
Yeah.
the red promo to do the red promo. And so I want to send that stuff back to those guys so that they can see their cameras picking up our BTS or promo or anything else we're doing.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure. Well, like I wanted to see the space in some kind of way or get an idea of like how much space there is because to get a good shot, we would need a little bit of distance between like the subject and the wall behind them. And then the same thing with the camera being like a certain amount of distance away from the subject so that if we have like a zoomed in lens, we could get a
Yeah.
shot out in the field.
Right, right.
And that's where lighting will help too.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you from where I sat on that couch to where I think the sweet spot for the artist inside of the keyboards and the soundboards and the desk, it can't be less than, or me. I think it's about 10 feet. Santos, am I right? About 10 feet from that couch where we'd have a camera set up to the place where we capture the the um, the artist. It's not that much space, so we need a wide angle lens to pick that up. But over to the sides of the left or right, there's plenty of space.
Yeah, and the wide angle lens isn't going to be the one that has the shallow depth of field. So like the wide camera in the middle that would capture all the subjects would just be like everything in focus. And then we have like a camera at least 30 angle or 30 degrees of a different angle to the left of it or to the right of it. And those would be more zoomed in shots that has the depth of field and, you know, could end up looking pretty.
All right. And so does everybody kind of understand what Kevin's talking about? Does anybody not? Because this is the chance to ask questions because we can't get there on Wednesday and start to figure this out. So for design purposes.
I have a quick question. For the performances that we're shooting, are we shooting these live or will we be doing like multiple takes of these performances?
I think the idea is live.
Yeah, everything's gonna be like kind of like one rip go. Like we say action, and then we hope that nobody messes up or that the computer doesn't glitch.
Yeah, maybe if somebody messes up, we could start a song over, but ideally we would have the songs run through, and then I can
Okay.
edit it down afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're shooting to edit afterwards. We're not editing live on like a switcher or anything.
Well, I think
No.
it's like what they were doing for the podcast was a little bit of both. So like you could live switch it from the app. I think I heard Sunny mention the live switching thing earlier. Or am I wrong about that?
No, that was live streaming, and that was for StreamYard. You can do that in StreamYard. Chris, I believe, brought his own switcher to the production on the last previous event. So
Yeah.
I can ask him about it, see if we can borrow it, but
Yeah,
we won't have that capability.
I think that's
don't-
too much. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Having a technical director is like 10 times harder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think for this one, I'm not as concerned about the live stream, being switched or manipulated. Let's just see if we can get this one in the can.
I
But
think
I
we need to
say
record.
that those things record ISOs anyways, so we would be able to do both. But
Oh, okay.
Dorian, I think we're doing the live performance a bunch of times, like back to back. Like we're just running through it a few times, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we? Do we have the time in the schedule to have each
We-
performer? Because we have 3 performers. We have a 3-hour window. Do we have time for them? How are they performing just one song and we'll redo the song, or were y'all planning on having the artist perform like a short set list?
Well, it could kind of be like what's it called? What I was planning on doing was basically like giving, because at first I only had lined up the band and concept for the 3 hours. Because it could be like multiple takes. It could be different like ideas of music, music ideas and stuff like that. Because they can play different genres. But like seeing that we have CJ, be able, Sayana, stuff like that, like we can like do multiple artists in one day. But same thing. I mean, we can kind of keep everybody in the what's it called in the time frame and see how they can go. Because like with the band, the only thing with the band is that since they're gonna be doing freestyle improv, it's a little hard to kind of maintain them on a time frame because they can go off for like 15 minutes and without a break. Like transitioning from a sound to another sound. So
Well, I would say that we keep the production per artist for an hour, but we only give them 40-minute sets. So that way, if they go over 10 minutes, they're not bleeding into the transition time that we have for the next band or whoever else is going to perform.
So it sounds like each artist will have a set list that we will record all of their songs, and each song we just record it, move on to their next song, and keep going. So we will not be reshooting the same songs.
yeah, most
Or the
likely
same
not.
one song.
yeah.
And you might want to not have prime lenses. You might want to have a zoom lens so you can have the 3 cameras moving around.
Yeah,
You
I think
as
one
you're-
camera
as
should
you're
be a
shooting.
wide, like
And
a wide
establishing,
set
yes, the
for
safety. Yes,
Yeah,
I agree.
and then
Okay.
the 2 other ones could be Zoom.
So
Okay. That
And
works.
quick question, Kevin, we're talking about 3 cameras here. We only have 2 reds, so are we getting a third red, or should I plan on bringing my Pocket 3? Are we using another camera?
I'll answer that question. I may be, well, no, because no one will be able to use this other camera. This other camera is a two-man camera, and I don't know if anybody has time to learn how to use that camera just yet. I'm actually trying to get them to come down and do a red boot camp so that we can use all the cameras or get a training on all the cameras. But this other one is a two-man camera. It's a broadcast cinema camera, and it's a monster. So we just better count on two red cameras, and then anything else we can use to supplement it.
Well, then I think we have the two
Okay.
reds on sticks, and then I can get just close up shots with the Pocket 3 because it's a smaller cam. I can get in and out of frame without really being there. So we can run it like that, and then people can get practice kind of being that like close up cameraman, and I can show you guys how to set it up with my whole rig and everything. It's pretty easy. But yeah, I think then we have more of an understanding. And then we stick with the wide, and then have something with a variable at least on the other camera, so we can get in and out, close up shots, all that good stuff.
Is the pocket camera also a red?
No, it's a DJI, but it shoots up to 4K quality.
Because I'm just worried that the color is not going to match because you're using two different kinds of cameras.
Right.
Yeah, well,
We're
we're going to be shooting.
cinematic
I'm assuming
blending.
we're shooting in log for this, and I have.
Yeah, we're
You can go, Image.
So that's
we're
the question.
definitely shooting log.
Well, if you also want to submit this to Red as like a promotional thing for Red, can we double dip and have two different brands shooting the material?
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
it's
mean, I think that for close-up shots, it's not going to be too much of an issue because you're not even going to see the camera itself. You're just going to see the angle. So, I mean, I think that Red won't be too, I would say, particular about that, only because we are an apprenticeship program, and it's more about the educational opportunity that they're interested in, and just being able to provide them with quality footage. If we use an extra camera to get a better angle of something, because we have two instead of three, I mean,
Well,
not to make that much.
guys, I kind of maybe don't agree because I don't want them to think we're just an apprenticeship program. I'm trying to get them to give us a real shot at doing a focus group of showing how professional we can be using these cameras so that we can potentially promote these cameras to other film schools or other people who are not using red cameras. They're using, other cameras to procure cameras for their film schools. So I want to take a shot at making sure that we do as best we can to not look like we're experimenting as much as we can be as professional as we can be would be great.
well, then we probably should rent another camera. Maybe I think the Komodo is smaller, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I can get a third red camera. I'll be responsible for getting a third camera. We have one available. We have another Komodo.
And
So
with this shoot, it sounds like earlier we kind of chalked that it might be kind of a practice shoot for everyone to get their hands dirty. I think it would be cool if every person that cam ops for each of the performers can use a red camera. That is, I feel like personally, hands-on experience, I learn things so much better and so much more effectively than watching somebody else. So if we have 3 camera ops per shoot, and we have 3 sets, that's 9 camera ops. That's 9 people that could camera op. And then if we have the DP that is overseeing the 9 total camera ops, they have hands-on experience plus the teacher.
Okay, guys, I'm going to show you. I think most of the people have seen this, but I'm going to show you what Sunny did as a promo reel for us to show Red what we're talking about, but we didn't use red cameras. But this, in a perfect world, would be what I'd like to have. Let me see this here. Okay. Man, my desktop is shot. Where'd it go?
Also, Kevin A. I don't know if you're still in the call, bro, but if you want to
Yeah.
meet up before the shoot and you want to check out the space, let me know. That way
Yeah, I
people
mean,
can
are
have
you
a
gonna be
better.
there today or tomorrow?
Yeah, I can make time for later today.
Uh,
Yeah, if
let's
at
see
all
what I'm doing
possible,
today.
I would like to also try to preview the space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody should if they could, because it is a lot more than what you think. It really
What
is.
what when exactly is the shoot? Like, what's the? Do we have a day and time yet, or we're still figuring out schedule?
August
Bro, we are
13th,
here
this
today with
Wednesday,
the Pod Sunday
Wait,
at
5
RP
p.m. to
Studios,
8
where we're
p.m.
doing a live Red
Or
okay,
sorry,
demonstration,
wait,
4
one
p.m. to
second,
8 p.m.
guys.
showcasing not only how to build and operate Red
Wait,
cameras, but
one
what Meeting
second,
Aug
guys. Hold
apprentices
on.
is comfortable and capable of shooting podcasts, cinematic shorts, all types of visual content delivered with the excellent.
Okay, sorry about that, guys.
There was two
So,
Sunnies for a second. It was crazy.
okay, so let you guys finish with questions. I'm going to send the link to the video so everybody can check it out on their own after the call. But yeah, because I've got to break contact in a few minutes.
Okay, you said the 13th, 5 to 8 this Wednesday.
Yeah, wasn't it 4 to 8?
Yeah, it's 4 to 8.
Yeah.
Start times at
The setup for, yeah.
Okay, I won't be able to make this shoot, but I'll definitely let me know when the next one is so I can pencil it in my calendar.
Well,
Yeah,
hopefully
we're trying
next
to
week.
do this on a recurring kind of basis, and just get more comfortable with these cameras. But also for everybody else still on the call who's interested or available, I put the call sheet sign up Google form in there. If you guys could just, if you're not a director, if you could please interact with that, just let us know your availability, what time would work best for you. There's 3 options for the 3 teams, and then just let us know what your capabilities are, whether it's videography, photography, BTS, you want to do a live stream, whatever it may be.
Okay. And if you guys can select a name, I don't know if somebody can come up with the coolest names, but I put some names for this thing in the chat. So we can establish and maybe even build
Get a
some.
neon sign.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know if that's going to happen by Wednesday, but if you can, there's were some of the names I put out there: Control Room Sessions, Live at 100 Tracks, Hot Desk Live, The Signal Room, First Take Live, First Lane Sessions, Mix Down Live, In the Red, Boardroom Live, Track by Track, Anamorphic Sessions, The Raptor Room, Sound Plus Vision, Lightboard Sessions, Framed in Sound, Mic to Masterpiece, Golden Hour Tracks, Cinematic Cuts, and Beyond the Board.
Heaven's playlist.
Who?
It's Heaven Studios, right?
Yeah. So what call it? Yeah, because I mean, I'd love to promote Santos's business since we're getting a gift from him. But Santos, any ideas what you call this thing?
I mean, right now I just call it Heaven Set. I use the 3s and the E's.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Heaven Set. Live
Okay.
at Heaven Set.
Okay. And do you have a logo?
I have a logo for the studio, but I haven't made one for the actual live for the actual videos and stuff like that.
Man, if you can come up with one, bro, because I can start to put together some social media blog and some other things to promote it. So get me a logo.
Sure thing.
Quick question. For these performances, are you just having like musicians and singers, or are you also looking for um like people doing like stand up or like poetry, or are you just looking for musicians?
Right now, mostly it's like just the musicians. Mostly because like, well, my business model is mostly in the music, like
Okay.
from music production and audio production. But like I said, like a lot of the artists I work with are local artists, and sometimes they're like low. They have low budgets.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my point. My whole like idea was like finding a way to put a resource together for like the local artists to have a medium to keep on performing their music, but also getting like royalty stuff. Especially if they're gonna be performing their own music that they have released, like this is an opportunity to make some money on the
So
side.
Right.
so you're paying them to be on the show. They're not paying you, correct?
Uh,
I don't think anyone's paying
it's kind
anything.
it's kind of like a two-way avenue. It's like I'm looking for donations from some of the artists that I'm working with, or like donations from people that want to learn. That's kind of like in my own personal like studio stuff related music stuff. But with the program that we're doing right here with the car, like I'm just fully doing it for free, giving a donation for us as a team to work and have the experience, and also for the artists to just come and be participants of the experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me know if you ever need. I do have some musician friends. If you ever looking for more talent, I can reach out to them, see if they're
Yeah,
interested.
yeah. I'll get
Right.
your. Well, I'll send you a private text right now, or I'll get your contact, and then
Right.
we'll figure it out.
Right. Hey, guys, this is a question for everybody. Has anybody ever heard of Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Yes.
Yes.
Who hasn't heard? Raise your hand if you have not heard of Bone Thugs and Harmony. Okay. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, 2. Okay, everybody else has heard of them. Okay. Yeah, so I have a derivative. I'm actually a group called Mo Thugs that were a derivative of Bone Thugs and Harmony, who may be interested in doing a performance free, but to promote some new music. They haven't done anything in 15 years. But this group was founded by Eazy-E.
Nice.
They were kind of a group that I think last did a performance of Versus in 2022. They still do live performances, but if you look them up, Bone Thugs and Harmony, we can get some of their catalog performed in a live performance. So yeah, that just shows how old I am. Damn. Bree, go ahead.
Just real quick, are we allowed, because I know I'm directing one, but like depending how many people sign up, we might have like some empty slots. Can I sign up to be on another team as a different position?
Oh my
If
God.
needed.
Yeah.
This
Yeah. That's
is
a great
this,
idea.
this
Okay,
is the
so, like-
this is the real deal for you guys to get as much diversity and your skill set building as you can get using this. How many tracks is this recording studio, Santos?
What was that?
How many tracks? Is this like a 24, 100 track studio? What kind of recording studio is this? I mean, how many tracks? How many tracks?
How
Tracks
many?
of audio? What do you mean?
On your mixer, I guess.
I have a 32 channel mixer. So it's eight of those inputs are already used for the drums that are mic'd up, and then 16 are being used for the what's it called for the actual like gear and like instruments and stuff like that. And then I have a bay patch so we can like plug in other like instruments or disconnect some of the stuff that's being wired in. But 32 inputs is like what we got going on for the studio.
Right. My point being is that everybody on their resume portfolio should be adding as much stuff as they can to really promote all the things that they are proficient at. You never know if you're in a film project and people ask you anything about engineering audio or recording audio. If you're a videographer and you've never used, these cinematographic cameras or color graded or toned, color tone these, color graded or toned these post productions. All of this stuff is your availability of a lifetime to use this stuff for free. So, let's make every episode or every opportunity for us to think about this may be your only chance. So
Sonny,
go ahead.
sorry. Sonny, I responded to your Google Forms. Is he still on the call?
Yeah, I'm still on the call.
Okay, hey. I feel bad because you already made it, but one idea to tack on to that, if we added like a multiple choice area where it's like, what do you want to learn on this shoot, or like what do you want to try? And it gives you like 3 options. That might be a cool way. So when we build the call sheet, it's like, okay, so this person wants to try like camera op and directing. So let's put them on those, or like camera op.
Should that be multiple choice, or do you want it like a question box so you can just write that in? What do you think would be
I
best
think
for that?
multiple choice. I think if we
All your options are good. It's just more so like letting people pick more than one.
yeah, because right
Okay.
now the one when I opened it, it said, what are you like proficient in? And I know like I'm proficient personally in photography. Like, what's your skill set? I know I'm good at photography, but like someone might want to try directing or someone might want to try like BTS. So if you give them a multiple choice, they can
You
pick
can do,
out of three.
or you
Got you.
can
So
have one that says like select all that apply.
If you
Yeah,
want to try, yeah.
maybe
I think three is good
in the
just because
order
we have
they
three
come first.
slots.
Yeah, we could do like a prioritization order too. So like I want to learn camera the most, but I also could like to learn directing and I also could learn to like producing. And then we prioritize it like that.
Great. And for Emmy, Bree, and Dorian, can you make sure that Sunny has your contact information? Because I don't have it. Um, Marcelino is now looking for Emmy. Santos is on the call, and there's three other people. He had a opportunity for you guys, and he's going to be hopefully putting out a call to me to gather you guys for something completely different.
I just put my contact info in the chat.
Okay.
I'm putting me in Brenna's.
Thank
I know.
you.
Okay.
But yeah, if we could hop on if anyone is free that's creating the call sheet to hop on a quick call sheet meeting. I'd
Tomorrow
like to
or
at
tonight.
least get it started and have it posted like tonight or tomorrow. That way it gives people a chance to like review everything, make sure it works. And if
yeah,
we
I'm
make
I'm, I'm
changes,
available right now, and I just
okay,
updated the call sheet with the what are your interests or what do you want to learn tab.
awesome.
So it's in there as well.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Honestly, anything that helps it, helps us with the information and the data we're collecting, feel free to always give us feedback. I'm always going to be happy and able to accommodate any feedback that, really helps us. So thank you for letting me know. And I will always do my best to make those changes as fast as possible.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
Okay, guys,
Okay.
I've got to break context. So this is really, again, the best pre-production conversation we've had to date. So yeah. So let's
Oh, real quick before we break contact, is there any update on the Netflix thing?
Thank you for mentioning that. I have not submitted anything. I know today is the deadline at 5, so I'm going to send back, I think Kayla, she's still on the line?
Yeah,
Kayla's
Kayla's
here.
clear.
Kayla, I think CJ and you were the only ones asking for letters of recommendation. Oh, and Bryant. So
So do we have to send those out via
well,
our email, right? Or do you send those emails?
no. I'm going to send the letters back to you so that you're responsible for sending them and submitting them. So I'll send back the letters. So if anybody wants a letter of recommendation, they knew what to do. I've gotten several letters that I can put on my letterhead and signature. So I'll send it back to you. And if anybody doesn't get my letterhead and signature, please call me. I've got it on my phone, and I'll send it right back so that you can get it into the Netflix submission. And then I also sent another email or text message about another project that Netflix is doing on social media influencers. And
Ooh.
yeah, so Dorian, I will send that to you.
Okay.
Sunny, can you send that to her?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds and I'm gonna send it in this group chat real quick before we end everything over here. So give me 1 second.
Right.
What are
So
the other Netflix opportunities available? I didn't get like an email on those.
Yeah. So guys, you guys can continue on. I'm going to hop in the shower real quick because I got to get out of here. Okay, guys. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Can
you.
you leave the meeting running? Can you leave
Yeah,
the
I'm
meeting
gonna leave
running?
it. I'll leave it running. I'll leave it running.
Make me host real quick too, if you wouldn't mind, Kevin.
How do I do that?
I believe you just click on my name and you should just be able to make host. If you go to participants.
Okay. Let me see here.
Well, you can do it, but
All I see is, let me see here.
the 3 dots on his name should.
Oh, 3 dots. Okay.
Yeah.
It says.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right. Appreciate you, Kevin. Thank you.
All right. See you guys later. All right. Bye.
All right, cool. So how do you guys want to knock out this call sheet? Should we do it on Google Docs? Do you guys have like an app or software that you guys use to make this stuff? I know for the visual reference stuff, I have a couple programs we can use to streamline that.
If you're talking about call sheet templates, if you literally Google call sheet template and then do Google Sheet next to it, it'll pull one up that you can copy and paste. or like copy and onto your Google Drive. And then under crew, we can do team A, team B, team C, and just fill in the slots.
And if you
Uh,
share it with all of
If
our
you share it,
emails,
No
then
yeah,
way.
we can help you edit it.
she does a lot of call sheets.
Perfect. Let me
PTSD.
see.
Produces and ADs on a lot of stuff. And then I can also type up for the Instagram group chat. That is the one and only and the biggest group chat we have for everything, right? The
Yeah.
Instagram one.
Oh,
Okay.
you don't have permission to share stuff. What?
I can type up a quick summary of today's meeting, especially just about Wednesday. Like,
You're gonna have to
before the call
duplicate.
sheet.
You're gonna have to duplicate it once you find the link of the Google Sheet template. You have to make a duplicate or a copy onto your drive,
Oh, and then it'll let me share. Okay,
and then you
perfect.
can share it and edit it. It's kind of like they don't want to fuck up the template, so you have to make a duplicate of it. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
Appreciate you.
I did
Got
like
you.
the original.
Cool. So it should be updated now. And I'm dropping the link for everybody into the group chat or the Zoom chat.
make sure when you drop the link, that it's anyone that can or anyone that
With
clicks
a
on it
link.
can share.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, this is the exact one you used.
No, yeah, definitely. So let me go down.
Yep.
So let's make like a big bar across that says Team A, like combine all these cells
I see, I see. Or
right
I can
below
add an extra.
position. No, right on the director one. Make that one Team A. But just that to the end mark.
And then for everybody else who's still in the call, have you guys interacted with the sign up sheet yet? Have you put whether or not you want to be, a videographer, camera op, any of that stuff yet, so we can see about how many people we're gonna have for Wednesday?
I did not, since I won't be able to be there for Wednesday. So let me know when there's one for the following week.
Yeah, if you're unavailable to make it, no worries. Don't worry about signing up and stuff. If you're available though, please make sure you interact with that because we just want to see how many people about we should have for these teams.
I have a quick question actually too.
Yeah.
I'd love to join. I won't be able probably to, well, couple of things. First of all, I talked to Santos already. I would love to join and help out with the audio engineering because I have some knowledge and I think it's also a great opportunity for me to learn more. But that option is not on the sheet. I think I texted you a DM about that too. So that could be on the sheet as well because it was in the group chat earlier. That audio is part of the team's options. And the second thing is I don't have a car at the moment and Tarzana is far from my place. So I don't know how we'd get there, especially because I don't think I can make it until the end of the shoot. So it's kind of, I would love to join, but I don't know if I'm capable because even if I carpool with somebody, I would have to leave earlier and that's kind of tricky.
Yeah, if you have some outside predicaments right now, they're just making Wednesday not as a feasible option. No worries. We're more than willing to accommodate. Like we said, this is going to be something that's on a weekly to bi-weekly reoccurrence. So if you can't make this first one, it's all good. We're going to try our best to document as much of this process as possible. So that way we can continue to teach from the content that we make. But thank you for letting me know. And like I said, don't worry about it. If it's becoming a bit of a hassle to figure it out, like I totally get it. It's a pretty long commitment, or not pretty long drive and commitment coming from downtown LA.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a weekly thing, I'd love to join another day, but I think for this Wednesday, as much as I would love to, it would be tricky for me to get back and forth without a car.
It's understandable.
Yeah. Unless I figure something out carpool wise, but I'd have to check.
Yeah, this first one I could probably get you. I don't have any production work this week. I'm just gonna be editing at home most of the week.
You're gonna be staying the entire time, aren't you?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we could also just hang out.
Hmm?
It should be fun if you're cool with it.
Also for following Wednesdays, I do live pretty close to downtown LA. If you want to carpool in the future as well, Savannah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, Kevin, I'll reach out to you later because I have to hop off soon too because I have some stuff to do.
Okay. I'll talk to
I
you later.
just updated the sign up sheet too, so it should have all that good stuff in there with the notes from everybody and all that stuff. If there's any other changes or any other recommendations you guys have for the call sheet, just please let me know, and I'll do my best to update it as soon as possible.
Cool. All right, I have to hop up. Thank you so much. This sounds like a lot of fun, and I hope I can join. If not this Wednesday, another one, but I'll see if I can make it work for this Wednesday.
Perfect. I'll catch you later then.
All right, bye.
Catch you soon.
But
Bye.
Cool. So of those people still in here, this concept. So it's looking like okay, it's gonna be me, CJ, Brayton. We're gonna have to
Can
double
you
up on the
add
team.
China? Oh,
What's
sorry.
up?
I was gonna say, can you add China in potentially? I haven't confirmed with her yet, but
Yeah, as a camera op or what?
as a performer,
Oh,
if there's space, like with me.
yeah. If it's during your set, that's completely fine. You can do whatever you want during your set. I was gonna say that we might not have enough people to throw on more people, just because like we're gonna probably have like 1 to 2 teams right now. So I got to figure this out because we're looking light on the camera ops. So I
And then
gotta.
my producer J Rod, he's down to come. He wants camera experience.
I also want camera experience, Brenna over here. So I can do a second team if that's cool.
Yeah, that's most likely we're gonna have to do. We're probably gonna have one
That's even
director,
better though. Yeah,
one
that's even
director
better.
and camera ops each. So we'll switch off. So let me go to that call sheet that you made then. Let me
I'm
see.
starting to work on that call sheet. I'm also gonna try to send out like a blast text in our Instagram chat so the people that didn't make it to the call have like the overview and know what's going on.
I appreciate that. Thank you. This is what, team A? Okay.
Yeah, that's
So this will be your team, and then we'll just put people underneath you.
Link.
And then we can just copy that because it'll just switch from you, Kevin, and then stills, audio gaffer, BTS stills.
All right, since I can't be there this Wednesday, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off unless
Yeah,
I need to stay.
you're more than free to hop off right now. We don't want to take up too much of your time of day, but thank you for hopping on and just letting us know your availability. We'll touch base real soon with the next opportunity and any other updates. And just to let you know, I believe next Friday we have an opportunity to shoot at Kevin Hart's studio. We're going to be doing a cooking show there with some former NBA stars. So just keep an eye out for that. It'll be more information about that will be in the Instagram group chat shortly.
Next Friday, the 22nd.
I believe so, but I'll confirm with the dates. But yes, I believe it is next Friday or the one after.
Okay, yeah, I will keep looking at my email in the chats. Good luck, guys.
Right. Perfect. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Okay, so let's do. Oh, you're still doing the teams real quick. I'll let you guys do the teams A and B real quick, and then we can figure out who's going to go into what position and roles because we're most likely going to overlap with the group of people that we have right now, anyways.
Do we know how fluid our tripods are? 'Cause that's one thing that I noticed when we shot the 90-second pitches while I was editing it. It seems like maybe whoever was cam upping didn't loosen the little tighteners on a tripod so that it moves smoothly instead of just the shot kind of sliding. It was kind of a jerky motion.
I believe we have 2 to 3 fluid camera mounts tripods.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for pointing that out because that's something that we're honestly and I'll make a separate note of that.
Mm-hmm.
But basically I'll make a notes Google Doc so where that way we can discuss these things and have a archived transcript of these important questions, because I need to make sure that we bring those fluid tripods on the day of the set, so that way we don't have any of those, like you said, jerky motions. Everything is just like seamless, smooth transitions.
Yeah. And once these things start getting good, we can add things like sliders and dollies, and slider would be awesome.
And another thing too, just for our sake, and I know Kevin kind of like briefly played the video. I want everybody to get really, really, really good at vlogging anything that we do with the car. The point being for us is just the opportunity to get sponsorship. Like, we're already using Red cameras, so like if somebody's willing to put $30,000 worth of equipment in your hand, best believe you can get somebody else to sponsor you with some other type of gear or equipment. All it takes is one person, and you got Red literally over your shoulder, like giving you a thumbs up, you know? So for us, always, if you're not doing anything, get shots of the team doing stuff with the Red cameras, teaching, talking about it, being around the camera, interacting with it, because that all looks really fucking sick when we do the promo video. Because on top of that, it's like, on the admin side of things, I'm going to be putting a reel together to go after Cook lenses, right? Because we've been having some trouble with Atlas, so I'm looking into other rental houses and gear houses. So the more kind of like promotional material and content we can gather of different POVs and perspectives, that's just more stuff that I can take back to them with a pitch deck and say, hey, look, this is what we're capable of. So I just want to put everybody's mind onto that, because on top of that, I want everybody to start making, if you haven't already, YouTube channels, because I want to start trying to figure out a way to monetize all this content that we're making. Like, we can take this one video, edit it, and then drop it on your channel, my channel, whoever's channel, you know what I mean? And then you add on your POV, or you have a BTS of like, hey, what's up? It's Sunny the Goat. This is my POV of being on the Heaven Set Studio. So look, we have our first director right here, Emmy. She's killing it, getting everybody on track of things. And then now we have Kevin over here. He's actually coming in with this really cool shot. He came up with this great idea, and da da da. And you just give people a story and give people a reason to care about those moments and interactions beyond just us being there to be creative. And I'll land my plane there, but I just want everybody getting that.
All right.
Mm-hmm. A new document. Bullet notes.
So do we know which artist is in which slot?
Yeah.
I can fill those in.
All right, you can put them for there's an artist one. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Just put their names there. And then I kind of put, you guys can totally let me know if you want to change them, but I put that they would come 30 minutes before their set starts.
Ooh,
for
can I make a
property.
request?
Yeah.
Well, I'm also a hip hop artist, so can I do concept?
Possibly, yeah. Yeah. Question mark.
Just feel like I
Wait, sorry, who said that? I didn't hear. Or
That was Kevin A.
Kevin said it, yeah.
oh, okay.
You gonna get on the mic, my boy?
I mean, I could show you some stuff tonight if I go, but not for this first episode or two. I want to make sure we get good visuals. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know
Kevin,
who's
you're the one with the R7 or R8?
No, I don't have a camera of my own. I have access to Blackmagic cameras. So I like if we do it planned out and I get some like leeway, I can get us like Pixis 12Ks and stuff. But no, I don't have my own camera.
Oh, I see. I do remember that you though. You said you shot for the weekend and stuff.
Yeah, well, I did not the weekend. I did Young Gravy. I did Bon Jovi. Like I directed a music video for Bon Jovi earlier this year. I directed one for Young Gravy. I mean, I'll probably get like 1 or 2 big music videos a year, but it's not a career yet because that pays my bills for like a month or 2, and then you got to find more work.
Fire. Yeah, that's super cool. And then my bad. Now I'm just kind of nerding out. You said you make music?
I do make music too, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess I've gone to the creative collectives once, and I saw you recording there. But the crowd seemed to like that song a lot, so.
I'll send you something.
Please do. Yeah, I'm getting more into music again, trying to bring it all together. So yeah, and when it comes to this, so I'm not taking the meeting too out of context.
Yeah, Santos, I mean, I sent you a DM, but do you have, like, how late do you usually stay in the studio? Do you have time today or should we go tomorrow?
Yeah, bro, we can do today. Just let me know. What's it called? I mean, I'm kind of available 24/7. You know, like if I if I have energy, I'll be there till like 4 in the morning and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, of course. That's good to know. You know.
But yeah, I have keys to that. I have keys to the studio, so whenever you're down, just let me know like a time, and then I'll make my way over there and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm down in Culver City, so you know, like in an attempt to try to avoid traffic, I would say, could we try like
Thursday evening.
7:30 or 8ish?
Yeah, that's cool, man, bro.
All right.
Hey, so I'm looking at the call sheet right now. Where did you want me to put in the name of the artist for each team?
So under so if you scroll down, you'll see artist or number, artist, and team. But I think they just put it. So I see Connex, Be Able, and CJ. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then so I guess we have the artist, and now we know which team they're associated with. It's more so now we need to just assign the teams, I guess.
Got you. So Team A director is obviously going to be Kevin A.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. And then do you guys have a preference for either artist? Be Able is a saxophonist and CJ is a rapper slash, would you say rapper slash R&B? How would you describe?
I'd say rapper, just performing artist.
So yeah, you guys can pick. You guys can either do CJ or Be Able, whoever wants to do.
Which one do you want to do? I'm good with either.
Hey guys, I got to make an important little commercial break here. Friday at 12 noon, I'm going to bring the people from Brotherhood Crusade on for a meeting for anybody 18 to 24 who wants to qualify for WIOA dollars and benefits. So that's Santos and CJ on this call. Emmy and Bree, do you know anybody 18 to 24 that would like to be part of our program and get paid to learn?
I'm sorry. I don't know if I caught exactly what.
No, so I'm looking for people 18 to 24. And if they're 18 to 24, they can be part of our apprenticeship program and be paid by WIOA dollars. So is Dorian, what is she between 18 and 24?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dorian's the one that
We are
added us.
also 18 to
So
24.
Clark.
So wait a minute, hold up. Emmy and Bree, what did you guys are what are your ages?
I'm 24.
Okay, okay, so both of you guys could qualify for WIOA dollars. So Friday at 12 noon, we're gonna have an orientation with our partner Brotherhood Crusade, and they will go through an orientation so you guys can qualify under our program to get 160 hours of paid training. There's additional resources that will allow you to draw on software and hardware stipends, clothing, food, transportation, anything that would prevent you from falling through the cracks for our program. So Friday, 12 noon, if you don't make this call, you may not be able to make it down there for the next steps to qualify because these slots are very competitive. Okay?
And Mr. Clark, if there are any other, or no, my bad, I'll wait.
Say what?
Didn't want to interrupt, but I did want to get on this note. I have somebody who is 24, who is a great applicant.
No, okay, but we need to get them on the call Friday at 12 noon. That's going to be the major part of the call and the agenda.
Will you be sending the link for it in the group chat?
I will. But I just got the text that they wanted to know what day would be best to suit to put everybody on the call for an orientation. And then eventually you will have to go down to their facility in Los Angeles to sign up. But it's a fairly quick process, and they're ready to go. They've had these monies available only for a week, but it was delayed for almost 5 months. So, this is an important thing, milestone for Dakar, because if I can get Dakar to get you guys paid, I might be able to unloose some dollars for people 24 and older. So I hope that we can get the right people and not just the numbers. But I'm gonna leave the call again. I just wanted to break in for that for Friday at 12. Please be there on time, cameras on, to be part of the orientation. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys. All right. Bye.
Sunny, I think you're the only one that has access to the submissions. Do you want to start filling in some names into some positions that you see?
Oh yeah. Let me see.
Maybe we
How
should
do I-
add phone numbers if you don't already have everyone's phone numbers.
Yeah, let me add that to this. And then also let me
And
give you
email.
guys editing access to this as well. Give me 1 second. And I'll give you guys full editing.
And we'll need emails too, possibly to email the call sheet once done. Do you like the call times? I did team A comes in right at 4, team B 5:30 with the artist.
Yeah,
and then
that's
team C 6:30.
yeah, that's perfect.
So
Because
there'll
then
be a little overlap, but it's just so that way they're ready and they can kind of see what we're doing.
The address was in here, right? Somewhere.
do you know how to get the non-responder link? Because it's only giving me the responder link and it's confusing me. No.
I don't.
Oh, no, something I did that was wrong thing. Yeah, let me see if this works.
Do we need an abundance of G drives? That VFX company that I'm working for is selling a ton of them.
You said G drives?
Yeah,
What are those, like SSDs? Are they hard drives or what are they?
they're like bigger hard drives. They're like more industrial ones. I wouldn't say they're great for working off of, but they're great for storage for sure.
I mean, how much? I mean, I might buy some. How many terabytes?
They range between like 1 and 12. So
How much
yeah,
for how much for 112? If I were to like ball out on a G drive.
I could find that info. I'll send you a screenshot of like how many. I'll send it to the group chat right here.
That's a bet. I also posted a new link for the submission. Let me know if that works for you guys or if it's still no, I think it's the wrong one still. God damn it.
Look at all these.
Also, real quick, I just Googled the address. Is this a residential area?
No, it's like a plaza area. There's a bunch of like industrial like buildings inside of that, but it's basically like a plaza with a huge parking space.
Okay, so the one that came up was Tarzana and it looks like a house.
Yeah, the maps be doing that sometimes. I'll try to send a screenshot right now and get you the actual
Yeah.
place.
Oh, they're Google Drives.
Yeah, Google doesn't look great. So maybe Santos, can you double check that the address is
Yeah,
correct?
send it in the Zoom meeting. Because I want to add a link directly to the right address for people in the call sheet.
Well, the address is right. It's just the Google Maps or whatever. Like it does it whenever you try to paste it in again. Like it takes you somewhere else. So I'm gonna just send a screenshot of like the cross streets. See if that works.
Or you can just send us the link to the correct one if that works too, of the Google Maps. I do have to start getting ready for work, so I'm gonna pop off.
Mhm.
I'm going to hop off. I have to go to work. RIP.
All right, I'm gonna send you guys the email to the thing real quick. Editor, send. And then, okay.
And then yeah, let's make sure we're collecting the emails because we have to email out the sheet. So or we can at least we can also send the call sheet in the group chat too at the end of the day in case we think someone's missing it.
I think we should do both just in case. Also, would it be a good idea to post on the Dakar Instagram story, like, basically like, hey, check your email, or like, hey, check this, because we could send out a blast email with this information, just in case people aren't double checking the group chat.
Yeah, I think that's a smart idea, and then it'll make it easier to get out to those people and see who hasn't responded yet.
Do a story post and then an email blast. And then we can make sure we're collecting everyone's email addresses in the form for the call sheet.
Yep, and it's all there ready to go. I'm super down with that, and I'm putting in the final questions right now. Contacts, info. And then you both should have admin access to this form, so you guys can both see it.
Okay.
Feel free to add me to any group.
Yep, I will. Hey Santos, what is your last name?
That is my last name.
Yeah.
I'm fucking dead. That was the funniest shit.
That makes sense.
Mic drop.
All right.
You can put me under Heaven Santos. Nah, plan. Nah, Santos. I just go by Santos all the time.
Okay.
It's just easier.
I'll put your studio name.
I have to change my name because there's too many Kevins. My middle name is Javier.
Dude,
Should
there's
go
so
by-
many Kevins, it's not even funny. There's like at least like 7 Kevins now.
Yep.
Should go by Vin, bro.
Bars.
VIN.
If we meet anybody else named Kevin, I'm actually gonna crash out. like it's too many Kevin. I confuse them all together. I say Kevin, like 30 people turn around.
Yeah. That's my life story, to be honest.
All right, so for the sake of time and just I want to give everybody back their day. Is everybody up to date and aware of where we're at with the current situation? I will be updating this call sheet throughout the rest of the day. Does anybody need any clarification, questions, or concerns before we break today's meeting?
I have one concern, I guess it hasn't been answered yet completely, is the lens situation. So I'm gonna hit up my friend and see if I could borrow his cinema lenses just to have like a backup. But
yeah, and I'll reach out to Chris J. Alex and see if there's a possibility of us borrowing some lenses too, because he has a full set already.
yeah,
So if he has to get some time, we can bring him on set. I think he'd be more than willing to help us out.
yeah, that would be cool because the lenses that I'm borrowing are actually those exact ones too, but just from another person.
Perfect.
But yeah, you know, I haven't texted them, so I don't know if they're available yet. So definitely tap on Chris's shoulder.
Yeah, because I mean that's honestly like the most important. Like fuck, I mean we could have all the cameras in the world, but if we don't have lenses,
Yeah. Okay, well I'm good where we are.
And then, so
Santos, I'll be
parking
there around 8.
is parking just on site?
yeah, it's a full plaza, so there's like literally like plenty of parking spaces, and it's like usually by 4 it's dead back there. So I mean, there's parking should not be an issue. There should be more than enough space back there, and it's all free parking. You don't have to pay for anything.
Yeah, and then you can just put my number on the call sheet or whatever, and just be like, for more like info or like directions is like call me direct.
Yeah, and stop me if I'm speaking for you, Santos, but maybe if anybody else wants to show up and we can try to see how we could block things out or plan things out.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely down. When would this be? Because I'm local. I'm by Heaven Studios, and one of my job locations is even closer. So if there's any like pre-setup or anything, I'm down.
All right. I mean, I was gonna try to be there around 8, 7:30, something like that. And then, we'll probably
7:38
hang out.
tonight.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll be there.
Yep.
What time tonight?
7:30 or 8 is when I'm trying to be there.
I think I could maybe pull off 8.
Okay. Yeah, we'll probably hang out a little because if that's okay, Santos.
Yeah.
Like, don't let me
You
speak.
guys are pulling up at 8. I can pull up at 8 too. I'm 5 minutes away. So we'll link up tonight and we'll finish the call sheet and everything in person together. As we fill out the space and see how it's gonna look.
Okay, sweet.
Yep.
Okay, I'll bring my laptop.
Perfect. All right, guys.
Is there Red Bull on? No, I'm kidding.
Well, I have
we can pick some up.
I have my EBT, so I'll get like a pack of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll get 2 for 1 at the gas station. We'll go.
Hell yeah. No, I'll make a run. All right, thank you guys.
I appreciate you guys. Great meeting.
All right, bye.